tied to the bottom. The only thing visible is my eyes. But by the end of that walk, so it was 15 below with a wind chill that made it feel like 40 below.
Yes.
I didn't realize your eyelashes could start to freeze shut.
Oh, man.
I didn't know about that.
Listen. I was stationed in Alaska for a couple of years, and I'll never forget when we had this block of lavas on, and we walked into the building, and they said, hey, don't take it off real fast or your eyelashes are going to go off with it. And I thought it was a joke.
No, that's real.
It's a crazy thing. So with those intangibles that you just expressed about walking to the gym to lift weights, is that something that you guys kind of implement into your show and the evaluation and with the AI to kind of figure out who's the best player with those type of intangibles?
Yeah, man. And one of the things that I really learned is the importance of the interviews. And so the scouts really talk about what it's like to be there and learn about how guys work. Like, are they self-starters? Do they go to class? Do they do what's right? Are they pillars of the community? Because as a fan, I'm always looking at, I feel like so many of us we're trained to look at measurables, height, weight, speed. We look at on-field production. But these guys who do the real work of evaluation, they want to know, is this guy, when he gets some money, is he going to, end up, blowing it, doing stupid stuff? So that interview process and really digging in, learning background, talking to family, talking to friends, that's really one of my big takeaways from the show is how much the scouts really value getting to know the man under the pads.
I think this would have helped a lot. I always remember the Jamarcus Russell story on how they gave him a tape to watch for film and then came back and asked him a question. It was like, hey, we gave him a blank tape, so we know he didn't watch anything.
Right.
Those type of things, I would love to see the show and watch and evaluate as a sports junkie and as a fantasy draft player and as a bettor.
Yeah, same, man. And that's what I love is I got to sit down and hear all these stories, hear the insights, and hear about like, hey, when you first were scouting a young Peyton Manning, how did you know he was the guy? And they have that insight because they got to actually know these guys. And little did I know, we talked to Eric Stokes, who played in the league, a great scout, and he talked about, as a scout, he was being on the road 150 days a year. Yeah. So they're really doing the work. It's not just pulling up the film; it's getting to know these guys in person.
And I wanted to ask you, man, as I was reading and know you were going to be coming on, got to thinking, I'm like, man, a WWE superstar, like millions of people watch wrestling and know who you are, but just talk about putting your name with Sumer Sports and how that is enhancing that brand.
Yeah, wrestling, the great thing about wrestling is it really prepares you, I think, in many ways for entertainment because so often it's improv. It's, back in the day when I was still wrestling, it's you have your whole promo down, you're about to go out, and it might be a 5-minute promo, and then someone from creative says, actually, scrap that. We're changing everything. You got 2 minutes to learn 4 paragraphs. And you can't freak out. It's live, bro. Yeah. So, and when your music hits, what you gonna do? So exactly. So it really just prepared me for being able to host in a different way. Like I've just learned to think on my feet. And man, I just always grew up loving football. And more than anything, grew up in Florida. Football was king. That's it, and I started playing tackle football at 7. I'm not suggesting that for your kids and their brain health, but it's something that I've always loved. So for me to be able to sit down with these men who know the game, with Lindsay as well, who know the intricacies of the game and talk about the draft and talk about these prospects in a very different and unique way, has really been a joy because I really love this stuff, man. I love talking the game, and I love talking about even just like the Ruben Bain conversation. If y'all watch Miami play, he is a game wrecker. But so many scouts are like, his arms aren't long enough to play end in the league. Is he going to have to kick inside? And so we get to have some of those conversations about how do you project whether a tackle is a left tackle in the league? Does he play right tackle? Does he move to guard? Yeah. How do you make those projections? How do you evaluate? So many of us miss on quarterback. So many of us think, look, I'm glad I'm not a QB evaluator because when I saw Pat Mahomes at Texas Tech, I'm like, I don't know, big arm, I don't really get it. That's why I do. That's why I'm the host, not the expert, because I don't get it. But these guys, the way they break down the game is really interesting.
Yeah. We definitely appreciate you coming on, spending some time with us, man. How can people catch up with you?
Of course, man. Well, make sure to check out the show. February 12th, we'll drop our very first episode on Sumer Sports YouTube. The show is The Evaluation. So check us out there on Sumer Sports YouTube page. That's SUMER. And you can check me out. My socials are WWE Big E.
2 questions real quick.
Yes, sir.
Not my fault. Who you have winning?
I love the Sam Darnold story. I'm going with Seattle.
And who was your toughest opponent wrestling against in the WWE?
My toughest opponent, man, might be Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar was up there, threw me around a little bit. Also took a rock bottom from The Rock as well. So, yeah. So it's up there. But no, man, it's been really cool. I've been able to have the opportunity to be in the ring with so many legends, and I'm so thankful for that.
Definitely.
That's Big E. We'll have more guests live here at Radio Row. We'll be right back.
The views and opinions expressed on the W Radio Show by the host, co-host, guests, and call-in listeners are solely the opinions and responsibility of the original source who expressed them. They do not represent the opinions of the W Show, 100.1 FM, One Kansas City Radio, Sideline Sports Talk, Team Wall Street Foundation, or affiliates.